What is up, Card Breaker Nation? How are we doing tonight? What episode are we on now, Chris? Is this 16?
17.
17. Oh my gosh, it really flies by when you're having fun, to be completely honest with you. As you see, we have a full cast. As for next week, I there should be a podcast. I'm kind of putting you guys on the spot right now. Tom, Chris, is there gonna be a podcast next week?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not.
You think so? Yeah, me and Danny, we're going to Boston that day, actually. So we're going to be seeing LeBron play the Lakers,
Yeah.
which is going to be pretty dope. So you guys are going to have a nice little CK and Tommy show.
Let's go.
How's
Sounds
everyone doing, though?
We've had plenty
Yeah,
of those in the future.
yeah, you have.
That's for sure.
How's everyone doing
Um,
tonight, though?
Chilling, bro. We got tons of breaks up on the page, man. We've been super, super busy, man. Crushed everybody competition wise as far as absolute went. Doing it again on Phoenix, man. Got great prices, passing it right on to the nation. I think break comps had us at what, fourth cheapest. We're cheaper than some of the big dogs on Facebook as well. People with allocations. So let's freaking go, man. CK, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Cool to be
Tony
on.
boy.
Fully loaded with the whole crew. Feels like it's been a minute already on, so stuff.
It's funny because it's been like 2 weeks. It's only been 2 weeks.
You know what it is? We only do this
Yeah.
once a week. So when you miss a week,
Feels like forever, bro.
when you miss 1 week, it's been 2 weeks.
CK in his feels right now. CK a little bit in his feels right now. Danny, how are you doing? It looks like you're like in a basement or something. It looks like you're like hiding children or some crazy shit.
I'm in the cave right now.
Man cave.
Yeah, right
Danny,
now.
I know what the bat is on the wall, but I think you should explain to everyone watching whose bat is that on the wall? Whose signature is on that bat?
That is Aaron Judge from his rookie year, and it has the 2017 AL Rookie of the Year inscription on it.
That's a super rare piece of memorabilia. He refuses to sign with
that-
that anymore. So
That is my prized possession.
I wish I could get it off of you one day. Throw it in the will, baby.
Would that
Yeah.
cost you $15, I think, or something like that? $25?
Yeah, it was some. I think it was like $40, but I was in a raffle with it was like 100 different people.
Yeah, no, you definitely lucked out on that. That's crazy for
Yeah.
sure. All right, so going into topic number one from Break Comps. Shout out to Break Comps. Shout out to Nick. Great company that they are running there. I've talked to him a couple of times personally. Tom has too. Really cool, chill guy. Break Comps on Instagram actually called out Little Pullman after Little Pullman commented on his post regarding the prices of 2023 Absolute Football Full Case. Little Pullman commented on the video, and he basically said that all of his prices were wrong, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. To which Break Comps actually took all of his prices from Fanatics Live, and he showed the proof that his numbers were accurate. This story actually gained a lot of traction too. Mark Baseball tweeted, if I'm not mistaken, but Darren Rovell actually commented on it too, which is a very big deal if you know who Darren Rovell is. He's very big in the memorabilia market. So shout out to Break Comps for, calling some breakers on their bullshit, manipulating their numbers, this, that, and the third, all that. He's, like I said, he's a good guy. I like the company that he is personally running. It shows transparency in the hobby, and with some people that make these repacks and gouge up prices and all this, there's not enough transparency in the hobby, and he's looking to make more transparency in the hobby. So honestly, big shout out to him.
Yeah, man. Good dude, for sure. I've talked to him a bunch of times. Probably get him on one of the shows here probably in the near future. If you guys haven't checked them out, they're big on Instagram now. They've been blowing up. I know when we met them, they were a few hundred followers. They're like 4,000 or 5,000 now already. But it is a really good place.
Actually.
Yeah, it's a really great place if you're trying to look and see kind of where everybody's panning out. You guys know us here. We always do our best to get as close to the top as we can as far as pricing, because what are we here for, right? We're here for you guys to be able to collect cards. We're not here to beat you up and steal your money. We want you to get into the car breaks you want to get into. We want you to have fun, and we don't want to rip you off, man. So we fight constantly. And again, whenever I get a ridiculously good price, Nation, I'm passing it on to you. We always stay under that, almost always under that 15 to 20% threshold that is fair for us, though, to pay our employees and get these breaks done. That's what we do here, Nation. So, see, Tony Hosley agrees, man. He's
Appreciate it, brother.
around. But
yeah, my brother
man.
said I'll take my brother said I'll take my Mo base any day over that. Yeah. To go off topic for a second, my brother has Mariano Rivera's last base from like the Trop, like his last save, that base. It's crazy.
Yeah. Steve's collection is ridiculous, man. You sent me pictures, bro. It's wild.
It's insane. Yeah, CK, what do you think about the whole entire situation with break comps?
Love break comps. I think what they do is really cool. I think it's good for business. It's good for the hobby. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. I appreciate it, Daniel. Thank you. Sorry, keep taking his lunch money, but most bang for your buck with this group. Yeah, no, that's what we try to do, bro. We definitely try to be fair around here.
For sure.
All right, on to topic number 2. The Brock Purdy 1/1 National Treasure Shield RPA that is graded a BGS 8.5 is currently up for auction, and it's ending the night before the conference championship game on Saturday, January 28th. This is the second time that this card has appeared on the open market, as it sold in auction in October for $122,000. I think it's going to top that. I think I can see a top of 122,000.
Great timing, that's for sure.
Fantastic timing.
I was gonna say, I think it definitely will if they win.
Yeah. Well,
But he's
it ends the day before.
He's ending it the night before.
Smart.
Oh, and
smart
Saturday. Yeah. So then, yeah, I think he will.
Yep. I see people do that all the time during UFC. They'll put say whatever, Conor McGregor's fighting, and they'll put the card up like right before the fight starts or something like that. Speaking of Conor McGregor, anyone see that trailer for Roadhouse? The Roadhouse remake with him and Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yo, it looks mad good.
No, it doesn't.
I gotta check that out after this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Conor McGregor's a terrible actor. That's all I gotta say. He was in the show for 30 seconds. He was, Jesus Christ, he was an awful actor.
You got Conor
like that,
McGregor.
you don't need one.
Thumbs up to Todd Messer. He's in the chat. What's up, Todd?
He said that the 49ers are going to win. It's going to be a good game for sure. Tony said, I wish I would have known to sell my Garrett Wilson all his 3 stats before that leg exploded.
Yeah, bro.
Well, yeah. Sorry about that, Chris.
What? Oh, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yo, he's coming back, bro. He's going to come back with a vengeance.
It's basketball season, and the Knicks are currently dominating the Denver Nuggets. You heard? Ain't nobody worried about Aaron Rodgers right now. You heard?
You heard?
Yeah.
Yeah. My Lakers don't know how to apparently fire a goddamn coach, even though we've done it 3 times before. But whatever. Whatever.
We talking about all-star snubs. My man Jalen Brunson.
Dude, Jalen Brunson wasn't good enough to be a starter, probably, but he's going to be an all-star. I don't know if he's going to be good. It was good enough for starter over Tyrese.
Over Tyrese Maxey?
No,
Halliburton.
It's Dane.
Oh, Halliburton.
Dane is
I forgot
starter.
he's on the East. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That guy's nasty.
Yeah, I was going to say
we'll
over.
talk about it.
Yeah,
But
we'll talk
yeah,
about it.
I forgot he's on the East, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't believe Giannis got another coach fired. That's crazy too. But yeah, on to topic number 3. Ronald Acuna Jr. is the cover athlete for Top Series 1. Well deserved. Nothing more to say there, honestly. Well deserved. Shout out to Ronald Acuna, one of the most polarizing players in baseball right now. This was well deserved. Bye, Tom.
He's a beast.
Oh, he's
I'm
just
back.
at the door.
I'm coming back.
He's like, we talking about baseball? I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I'm kidding. Shouldn't wander.
Oh God, definitely not.
Acuna Matata. Dude's a beast. I'm a Met fan, so I can't stand the Braves. But real recognize real, and Acuna is that dude. You're
Acuna is that dude for sure. 100%.
I remember what was it? Our second baseball break? It was like a 5 blaster of like 2019 or 2020 Topps Chrome, and we pulled that Acuna auto out of a blaster, bro. I remember that. Never forget
That's
that.
crazy.
he sells, bro.
Water
Like
MVP
it may not be top
okay.
dollar, but like any auto of his will sell. Like somebody always wants an.
Yeah, huge
Yeah,
market.
no, when I was looking at some hit parades for MLB, not saying we're getting them soon or not, we're still pondering it. I was noticing that not Wander, oh my God, Wander Franco. I was noticing that Ronald Acuna was actually a lot of the case hits, bunch of inceptions, rookie autos, stuff like that. So yeah, no, his card is definitely desirable.
No, for
His
sure,
card
man.
is
Huge market team. Falcons are okay. But what else do they have in Atlanta? they got the Braves, man. Well, the
hey,
Hawks
they got
too, I
the
guess.
they got the Falcons, who for some reason didn't hire Bill Belichick as their coach, and they hired that DC or whatever out of the Los Angeles. I don't know. That was weird.
Belichick
That
hasn't
was,
even
that was
interviewed with the other two teams that are hiring. So like he's just not going to coach this year.
you know, he might take a year off, might go be a DC somewhere. Who knows? It's gonna be
Are we
interesting.
talking about
Jesus
Herbie or
Christ.
no?
Talk about who?
Herbie or no?
No, you're not talking about Herbie. We can talk about Herbie next week.
Okay. Harbaugh, big dubs. Big dubs
Yeah.
to the Chargers.
I was about to
Big
say,
dubs.
if we're talking about Herbert next week, I'm going to do over the next 2 weeks, and it'll be 2 weeks by then. So I'll leave you guys with that information to talk about it and ponder on it. So that'll definitely be interesting. Jerry Palisade is ready for some Phoenix. We are too, bro. We are too. We still have both of the cases up. We're very close on the first half. Definitely want to get that closed down here soon so we can rip. Yeah, Daniel Lucky said Herbert stock's gonna be through the roof next season. Totally agree, bro. So on the next topic. So I don't know if anyone saw this. I personally saw this. The LeBron Fanatics commercial actually aired before the Lions game. And I was reading it too. Apparently during the Chiefs Bills game, I think it got played again. There was a peak of more than 50 million people watching that game. So a lot of people definitely saw that LeBron Fanatics commercial, which I find very interesting. It's going to get a lot of eyes on the hobby, a lot of hype on the hobby. So honestly, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, man. Fanatics, like I said, they're a marketing guru. They know what they're doing when it comes to getting people to get eyes on them and get eyes on their stuff. Do they know how to do cards well? Still to be seen. But man, they're a marketing monster, bro. Like I remember
Huge.
Fanatics Live I knew about Fanatics Live 6 months before the platform was even active. They were blasting it everywhere.
Yep.
So shout out to them, man. I like LeBron signing with Fanatics. If we got 2 more years of LeBron in the NBA, we might get 1 year of LeBron and some pro uni like autographs right before he retires. Would be nice. You know, because he's been with Upper Deck the whole time, and really nobody saw anything. So, yeah, man.
Speaking
it's
of
an interesting thing.
Fanatics and NBA is definitely interesting, and I did not add this as a topic. This is something I saw but forgot to add it as a topic. Joel Embiid, shout out to him, had the 70-point game, dude, a straight monster, free throw merchant, whatever the hell you want to call him. He actually, Fanatics did a card for his 70-point game. So they're selling all the base cards right now, and they're selling one card that is a 1-of-1, like it's gonna be a 1-of-1 parallel with an inscription of the 70-point game. So there's definitely rumors there that people think Joel Embiid's not going to be signing with Panini anymore, but definitely an interesting tactic from Fanatics there too.
Yeah, I mean, like Tom said, man, this is what Fanatics does well. That's what they brought. You know, they want Topps to handle the cards where they bought them. Want to take care of everything else. And this will bring hopefully a lot of business to the hobby.
Yep, for sure.
Basketball needs something, man. When it comes to the breaks, dude, they've gotten rough. You know, I know
They got
it's everywhere
stale.
across the board. They're not as desirable because of the so many people got burned with the Zion chase in 19 and 20 right before the pandemic, and then all the cards came back out with the premium stock, and then everybody turned around and LaMelo was through the roof. and it turned out to be okay, and I think a lot of people were really overpaying for that stuff, and it really hurt like the next couple of years, because then the draft class the year after was fairly mediocre, and then it was like okay, like this year's pretty nice, but I feel like everybody's kind of just turned away. The prices still haven't come down on the boxes as much as I think they probably should have, to where I think it'll get people more excited to be like, all right, Prism's still going to be over $1,000 a box. It's still surpassing football, when overall football, you've got much more to chase. So I think there needs to be
Don't
price
worry,
corrections for
we
Panini.
actually going to be talking about some basketball on the show today. This is
All
actually
right.
kind of a not basketball heavy, but there are a lot of basketball topics. But before we get into the basketball topics, into our next topic, I am pulling this information from Eric Whiteback. Shout out to him. This is about Brock Purdy. Last year, a lifelong 49ers fan and U.S. Air Force veteran decided to buy a single pack of 2022 Prism football. The pack set him back exactly $41. Sure enough, he pulled the product hit, which was the Brock Purdy Black Prism 1-of-1 rookie. He ultimately made the tough decision to sell the card at auction, where it sold for $125,723 on all XYZ. And then this said on Friday, and this tweet was from January 21st. So this card sold on January 19th. That's crazy. $41 turning into that. I wish we could do that for everybody in the nation, just to hit a card like that. We've hit,
Hell yeah.
We've hit some cool cards like that. Nothing $100,000. We've hit $10,000 cards, but still, that's absolutely insane. Shout out to that guy. That's a nice little vacation money and whatever the hell else you want to do to get a nice little improvement on your house.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whoa, show. And then into the next topic. Backyard Breaks pulled the Bronny James 1-of-1 Super Fractor Auto. These boxes are pretty cheap. I saw they're going for like $150. So I mean, $150 to get yourself a Bronny James auto. I mean, you'd probably make your money back if you get the Bronny James auto. I have not personally seen the comps on any of the Bronny James cards. Yeah, no, for sure. What do you guys think he's going to sell for if it goes on open market?
Bronny James.
He's kind of mid. I was looking at his numbers. He's all right.
Yeah, I know the one. What was it? The McDonald's Super Fractor or whatever. They had like super high hopes, and it sold for like 3-4K. So this being Bowman Chrome University Super Fractor 1-of-1, 15K maybe. Yeah,
I would see. Yeah, my brother just said 20. Oh no! Whenever Jeremy keeps bouncing his head off the walls, that was funny. Yeah, no. Whatever I say, comp bio is going on the low side. I'm gonna say 10. Yeah. Jeremy said, "Y'all got to get them loaded boxes like Backyard." Listen, Jeremy, I used to be in the same way thinking about Backyard like that, but then I realized they rip so much goddamn product. It's not even loaded boxes. I was watching them rip Absolute on release day. I literally saw them rip a case with no kabooms in it and just a glass. It was like a shitty glass. So it's just more or less like, do they get lucky with some of their hits? Yeah, of course, because they're ripping so much product. But at the same time, it's like,
yo, we got those loaded Absolute boxes though. We got
I'm not gonna lie, our Absolute box.
Yeah,
listen. Man. If there are quote unquote loaded boxes and they quote unquote we're going to Backyard Breaks, we might have snuck 2 of them in there because we got 2 gold kabooms. So that's all I gotta say. You think there is a Fanatics bias towards you see it in Tops. There's definitely a Fanatics bias with all the allocations and all that stuff with baseball. It's
definitely at the allocation level. Like they're really leaning on their Fanatics Live breakers a lot, and the breakers that they know are going to move massive amounts of product, and they're taking it away from the hobby shops. I've got a good buddy of mine that owns a hobby shop around here. Just even over the last 2 years since Fanatics has taken over Tops, a year and a half, his allocations went from, he's a fairly large shop. He does a few $1 million a year. And his allocations went from like 6 cases down to like 2 or 3 if he's lucky. Mm-hmm. Some of the really good stuff like Gilded and stuff like that for baseball they're like not even sending him full cases. Like it is. And then, I do see a lot of like, especially when Fanatics Live really started popping, it was a little bit in the beginning where you're like, it kind of had you raise an eyebrow a little bit, like, bro, are you really like release day and you're getting product hits like on Fanatics Live of all places on the release day? Like, do you have something involved? It's always going to be so hard for us to actually tell. You know what I'm saying? But it does feel that way sometimes. It's the same kind of like, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. When people were saying that about the backyard getting the loaded boxes and like the percentages of the chances of that happening and all that. But again, luck is luck. And, if you're moving 100 cases of stuff, you're bound to hit something pretty massive. But yeah, I don't know. There's definitely, I don't want to say bias, but that's one of the things that does scare me when they fully take over is like, what's it going to cost? Where's it going to go? And how are you going to get it? So,
Steve, we are actually going to be talking about that Tom Brady and Fanatics in a little bit. So slow your roll there. We're definitely going to be talking about that. That is one of my topics. And Tony also said, I mean, just think of what LeBron's doing on his age. He was already dunking on NBA players, so someone will potentially be a star at USC, but he's not the physical specimen his dad is. Yeah, no, LeBron's just a freak. That's really the best way to describe it. He freak nasty, baby.
yeah, man.
20 All-Stars. Crazy.
What's up?
20 All-Stars.
Oh, 20 All-Star
Yeah.
games?
Yeah, no, he's sick. All right, on to the next topic. Mamba Cards pulled the 2020 Prism Nebula rookie of Tyrese Halliburton. And this is a very big deal because this was the last missing one-of-one Tyrese from Prism. And it finally surfaced up after 3 years. So shout out to them for pulling it. Shout out to the guy that, actually pulled it. Like, the customer that pulled it, that's a big card. Hopefully the guy gets it graded or whatever, comes back at 10. He can make some nice little change on that.
Sick.
It looks a little heavy to the right, but not horrible.
Sick card. Nasty card.
Nah,
Little color match. Like the colors look good. I know it's not a color match, but the colors look good. It's I mean, think about it. You got blue, pink together. You got perp. I know he's in the Pacers now, but this guy is unbelievable. The things he's doing, like, I don't want to say it's part of the problem because it's great to watch him, but I think the problem with the NBA product, it's not just this and that. It's the quality of the game. The popularity of the NBA in general is so up and down, and it was really big before the pandemic and everything, and right now it's at a low period. Look, there's like tons of blowouts. People hate that shit. Nobody wants to watch a basketball game on TNT, and it's a 20-point game every single night. So, they got to figure out their scheduling. They got to figure out the rules. They wanted more scoring, but this is ridiculous. Like, you're seeing 148 to 130 every single night. It's like... But that being said, one bright spot about the league this year is Tyrese Halliburton. Wow.
Yep. My brother apparently had a out of 5 select laundry tag RPA that he got rid of too early. Damn. That sucks.
In his defense, I didn't know he was gonna be like this. Like
Fair enough.
I didn't know.
Fair.
I knew he was good, and when the Kings traded him, I was kind of like, you kept Fox over him, like honestly. But I didn't know this was like. I knew he could score. I didn't know it was 20 assists every single night, like 2020 with assists and points. That's just. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing breaks with Halliburton, the Kings, we just kept having to slowly lower the price because people were less and less intrigued. We're charging more for Melo and Ant-Man, and like he was just kind of creeping down. Like people were like, eh.
How could you?
And then I remember a lot of
play this guy off the ball. Like I know Fox was your guy, I get it, but how could you possibly play this guy off the ball? This dude is point guard. Like. He's like a Russell Westbrook that actually is good at winning. You know what I mean? Like Westbrook was good at getting stats, that no question, but he was never on a real winning team. This dude is. I mean, look what he does with the Pacers. He makes the Pacers look pretty damn good. He does. Now, see, to me, That's a player that makes other people better. That's a player that makes other people better. That's what that.
Completely
Yeah, no,
agree.
for sure. Agree. All right, so on to the next topic. This number might change. This is the number I saw as of 4 p.m. today. I know the car is up on PWCC if you want to look it up, Chris. Caitlin Clark has officially broken the record for the most expensive women's basketball card of all time. As of 4 p.m., like I said, it was at $38,400. The record was previously held by Sabrina Ionesco at 11,500. Nothing else to say here. Caitlin Clark's a baller, bro. She is her. Listen, I keep seeing memes that like if Detroit gets the number one pick, they should pick up Caitlin Clark. And honestly, honestly, shit, yeah, they probably should. They probably should. She's a baller, bro. She's nice. The WNBA doesn't get the respect it deserves because they don't market it as well as they should. Honestly, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'll sit there and watch a WNBA game. It's a pure form of basketball.
I mean, I don't hate on it, and that was a pretty good little storyline. That whole thing, from a business perspective, that kind of stuff, whether you like it or not, it's good for business. So that kind of the loss and the whatever, the reputation she has or whatever, it's good for business. So dope card.
You know, and she got dropped by a 4-2 lawn ornament running on the court after game. I heard about that. I didn't see the video. I heard she got dropped. That's crazy. So that's
Yes, it was a little
cool.
bit of a flop, but like she is a woman, But the fan ran, like she turned around, didn't see the fan running, and wow, ran in it. But she did the whole LeBron taking a charge.
I think I saw this week too that I think Blez was ripping just Bowman Chrome and hit the Superfractor non-auto, and he was like freaking out. Icky's like, it gets random to everybody in the break. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. It goes to everybody. I gotta random this. It's gonna be crazy. Like, yeah, shout out to Blez too. Good dude. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, a car like that, you got to random everybody. Like, honestly, I feel like if we pulled it out of 12 Tom Brady, I know we do the random for Brady in general, but if we pulled the out of 12 out of 50 Tom Brady inscription, I feel like I don't even know. Either have to random it to everybody, or if it sells, everyone has to like
you just split the
anyway.
500K bounty between everybody in the break. Let me keep let me keep $100, bro. I'll split the rest with everybody else.
Yeah, not for real.
Yeah.
All right,
man.
so we're on to topic number 9. A little bit of a sad one here, but it's actually kind of a feel-good story too at the same time. So the Eckler's Choice Insert subset cards from Baseball National Treasures, they're called the Eckler's Choice. It turns out the cards were named after this guy's brother. The guy's name was Ben Eckler. He ended up purchasing a card from this guy, Tommy B911 on Twitter. This guy brother actually turned out to be a product developer for Panini and helped develop many sets for them, including National Treasures. His passion was future stars, and he passed away sadly 2 years ago, and this is how Panini is honoring him. So apparently this guy, he used to do like all the checklists and stuff. Like I don't know if it was for all sports. I know it's for baseball, but he like did all of the young prospects, and he made like all of those, like a lot of young prospects onto the checklist and stuff. So honestly, pretty dope for Panini. This is how they're honoring him. And as you see in the eBay message, that he's just basically explaining that whole entire story. So props to Panini, man. That's definitely a class act right there.
Yeah. Not too. I wonder how long was he with Panini before that, man. That's sorry for his loss, but that's dope that they would kind of do something really kind of under the radar like that for him. Like, yo, you've been with us forever. Like, let's go. The Eckler's Choice. That's kind of cool. And the fact that the other guy even knew to ask that question was pretty cool too.
Yeah, no, he only said it because he noticed that the last guy's name was Eckler, so he thought, I was like, oh, it's his last name. That's why he's collecting them all. But apparently the guy was a frequent buyer from him, and he was like, he just asked him, he's like, hey, why do you buy these cards? And that was the story behind it.
Always say.
All right. On to topic 10. Fanatics has released, quote unquote, the 10 card hunt. And if you pull any of these following cards on Fanatics Live, you receive a $10,000 credit to Fanatics Live, plus you keep the card. So here is the current list. At number 1, 2023 Bowman Draft Tom Brady Auto 12 out of 50. At number 2, 2023 Bowman's Best Corbin Harrell Him Superfractor Auto 101. At number 3, the Luka Doncic 2018 Prism Black 101. At number 4,
card.
easy. At number 4, the 23-24 Bowman Chrome University LeBron James Bronny James Dual Auto Superfractor, which we all know. 2017-18 Topps Chrome UEFA Kylian Mbappe Superfractor 101. Number 6, 2009-10 Top Steph Curry Superfractor 101. That card, that card's somewhere. That's when that card pulls, that's going to be a really big day for the hobby. And number 7, the 2023 Topps Chrome Update Anthony Volpe Rookie Debut Patch 101, which I'm still shocked hasn't been pulled yet. And number 8, the 2022-2023 Panini Immaculate Chet Holmgren Logo Man 101. At number 9, 2023 Panini Prism Anthony Richardson Black Finite Auto 1 out of 1. And 10 is 21-22 Upper Deck the Cup Trevor Zegras Shields. Nice little
I
healthy
didn't even
mix of all
realize
the
they were
sports
ripping
there.
like 2009, 2010 tops over there. You know, you're talking that.
They're probably not. They probably weren't, but now they are.
Yeah, I know that there was a big push when a bunch of people were trying to move the 2018 Prism boxes. There was that logo, I think it was $1 million bounty on the Luka. You know, the backstory of that was some guy bought like a lot of 500 cases and just kind of put it out there trying to move his cases for a premium.
Oh, yep.
So I heard that for the Prism. 2009, 2010 tops, bro. Like even that box, I think those boxes are still going for like $3,000-4,000. You know, and he was, I don't remember what else from that draft class, but I know there wasn't a ton
Oh
in
no,
that
man!
draft class.
2009, 2010. I feel like it's gonna be like one of those LeBron cards where someone has this card and they pulled it and just nobody knows about it.
Right, it's never been graded. It's sitting in a binder. Didn't realize what he had. Yeah,
I feel like this card's just sitting somewhere. I feel like this card's been pulled. It's just a matter of who has it. All right, on topic 11, and this is why the show started so late. I worked overtime for the show, guys. I worked overtime for the show. This shit broke like 30 minutes before we were about to start. There have been Victor Wembanyama cards that have been servicing around because Donruss came out a little bit early for some people or whatever. It has been confirmed that this Victor Wembanyama card that we are about to show you is real.
Mm-hmm.
Since he has no autograph in 2023 Donruss or any Panini product, the next day autographs are the case hit officially in 2023 Donruss basketball. So for his, it says no autograph. Panini has done this in the past with other rookies as recently as 2016. So I was seeing this on eBay. Apparently this card's already going for $330, but honestly, this is going to be interesting to see if Panini works around and they're like, okay, yeah, here's a logo man of Wembanyama. Then we're going to put a no autograph on the bottom. So we might see like NRPAs, like no rookie. It's going to be crazy. This is going to be nuts. This seems like Panini's doing this almost to be kind of spiteful. And it kind of seems like it's working in their favor because people are definitely interested in this specific card.
Yeah, I mean, Wemby's a freaking monster, bro. Like, again, this is so painful for us in the hobby, man. Like, you see this dude coming up and you're like excited, and then bam, Fanatics.
Bro, he's a beast.
And then it's amazing. Like you see this dude dunking without leaving the floor. Like, like you said, this is possibly another generational talent, right? You know, if this dude bulks up over the winter, you know, after the season's over, bulks up over the spring or whatever, and comes back a little more meat on his bones, could he be the next LeBron or better? You know, it's. But yeah, I smart idea. Kind of stick it to Fanatics and be like, here you go, no autograph. What would be cool is if you get it hand signed and then you get it signed with a no autograph thing, but it's got the autograph. Like that would be
The
pretty
thing
dope.
is, though, is he legally going to be allowed to sign this card if he
I'll
signs
just
a
have him
deal
sign
with
a sticker,
Fanatics?
bro. I'll put it on something else, peel the sticker off, and put it on the card.
Jesus. Chris, I know you're a big Wemby guy. We've talked about him a couple of times, so I'll let you. What do you think about this?
I mean, it's honestly, I think it's more of a. I don't think it's so much as a slap in the face to Fanatic or an attempt. I don't think anyone cares, but I think it's more to Wemby. Like, hey, Wemby, look, this is what your rookie card looks like because you decided to sign with a team that doesn't have the licensing. So I think it's more of a shot towards him. And what I think, like, it's obviously, like, hardcore collectors will find this as, like, something cool because you're going to go back and, oh, look, you know why it says no autograph? There's, like, a story behind it. But I think that, like, for the casual collector guy buying a hobby box, you get one auto in these things. If you pull that, how are you going to feel? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be like, okay, well, I kind of really wanted an autograph. Like, I like autographs. It's like, and instead, you specifically have someone telling you there's no autograph. But I think for, like, the hardcore collectors, the guys that really know what they're doing here, they don't give a fuck. This is cool. And I think it's cool. Better than nothing.
So does the back say that this autograph was not not certified by Panini?
Oh, that's interesting. That is definitely interesting. All right, so we're gonna go new releases. So for our new releases, first up, we have Stadium Club. Stadium Club has already dropped. It dropped yesterday. We currently have it up on the page right now. We're down to the closing filler. We're ready to rip that right after this. So if you guys gonna fill that up, we're ready to go. We're ready to rock. Ready to mumbo jumbo. Yeah, I like Stadium Club personally. It has like the old school feel of the cards, and there's just sick pictures on the cards just in general. One of the nicest sets of the whole year.
I agree for the price for sure. I mean, you're talking a $150 to $175 hobby box at your local hobby shop, two autos, solid amount of cards if you're somebody that likes to collect base and team sets and stuff like that, or you want a fun rip for you and your kids, you're sitting at the table, definitely a fun rip. Agreed. I do like the Optichrome cards. Like you said, it does give you a little bit of that old school feel. And they're beautiful cards. They're not going to hold the value of like Bowman First or stuff like that, but vast, very large pool of autographs and stuff like that you could hit between the rookies and the vets. And yeah, man, I definitely Stadium Club's always a fun rip. I mean, a half case is over 1,000 cards, right? And that's what we got up and looking to rip tonight as well too. So if you could, guys, close it before like 11 o'clock, just so that I'm not up till like 2 a.m. ripping all these cards. I love y'all. 8 teams left, I think. Closing filler. I'll modify the filler if we got to modify the filler to get it closed. Everyone gets a team style, so let's get it going, Nation. What about you, CK? You a big baseball guy. We ripped a lot of Stadium Club over the years for sure.
Yeah, I think Stadium Club's cool, a lot of fun. There's a lot of people on Twitter that'll make comments that like they think that should be the base set. I don't necessarily disagree because I think it's cool, but I am a fan of Topps Chrome, and I don't necessarily agree with that, but I don't think it's crazy. It is a pretty cool card, like pictures they use and all that kind of stuff. This is the one that I think the Randy Johnson stuff could have been cool, because like you could have used some of his actual game pictures in these things. But
Lucky's funny. Lucky said, "Are you trying to tell me I have to pull the hammer earlier on closing?" That's please. Tom. That's not me. He said, "Please." Daddy said, "I have a company to run, man." Yeah, no, it's that East Coast West Coast disconnect right there. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to sleep. He's just getting out of work.
Yeah, honestly, shit. That's too funny, man. That's too funny. All right. We're going to go on to players to talk about. And before
we got Phoenix.
We go on players. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. We have Phoenix. I jumped the gun because I'm so excited for the players to talk about. So the new releases too. Phoenix tomorrow. Have half of the case up right now. Looking to close that. I love Phoenix. The RPAs in it are absolutely awesome. I personally like the case hits. Always a 6 set. And personally, for me, when Phoenix starts to come out, that's when my favorite stuff starts to come out, like Obsidian and all that. So this is like, for me, now you're gonna get Phoenix, Obsidian, Select, all that shit. This is my favorite time of the year, man. This is when all my favorite sets start to come out.
I'm with you.
I love Phoenix. Not heavy on the rookies, which helps, the value on those rookies overall. If you do hit the Phoenix stuff, and again, like you said, the autos and the RPAs are usually pretty nice. You usually try to sneak in a fair amount of your good players and not beat you up so much on like Clayton Tune and stuff like that. You got a pretty good chance at some stuff like Bijan, Laporta. And again, like you said, they really try. These are some of the nicest patches on it. Another, quote unquote mid to, top end of the mid level kind of stuff. It's no Prism, it's no Optic, it's no Select, but it's like right there on like the teeter point of those guys. And years past, the prices have been good. I haven't seen what the release price is on this yet, but
there's not one yet. I looked it up.
Released it yet, but from what I'm seeing, probably going to be right around that 450, 500 mark, which was a little higher than years past. But again, hey, we're breaking it.
It's Panini. Well, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to see it's at 675 and people are bitching, rightfully so. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, 715 for Absolute was kind of shocking for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be like, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to see it at a certain price, and I'm not going to be shocked. All right. So now that I got very gung ho excited, we actually are going to talk about the players we were going to talk about. I want to start this off by saying I was right. I was right, but I was wrong. Because it says a certain card would go to $300 if they made it to the NFC Championship. And is not yet. Make it to the Super Bowl, it will. But I was right in saying the Lions were going to go to the NFC Championship. I was right. I want my flowers. I like orange. That's my favorite color. So, the 2016 Prism Silver, number 208, Jared Goff, Pop 548, has seen an insane amount of growth in the last 2 weeks at 67.73% over the last 23 sales. The average price during this period was $179.23. The low being $126.99. The high at $215, and the current price at $212. I was right. Jared Goff is a baller.
Doesn't happen often that he's right, folks, but he's right on this one.
That's why you got to say he's right.
Yeah, that's why he's begging for it, because he gets to get it this one time.
I was sipping out Lions Kool-Aid early in the season, saying Jahmyr Gibbs was a dog, all that shit. I knew it. This team's special, man. Did they beat the 49ers? I don't know, but shit. Shout out Jared Goff, man. That dude's a legend already in Detroit. He's never going to have to buy another drink or any food there ever again.
Yeah.
True.
So are we buying? Are we selling? Or are we holding? If I had this card, I'm selling right now. I'm doing the same thing that I do with the Purdy. I'm selling it right before the game.
Sell.
Sell. Just because of the team they're playing, I think you're selling
it. Your brother's like, who wants my Golf Gold Mosaic PSA 9?
Bro, my brother has been trying to sell that card for a minute. Also, if anyone likes Lamar Jackson, he has a 2020 Select Lamar Jackson out of 7 or out of 8 PSA 10 up on eBay. So, yeah, if anybody wants that card, definitely hit him up. Sick card there.
Sick card.
Yeah, so on to our next player. Tyrese Halliburton, the 2020 Prism Silver number 262, which has a pop of 272, has seen a rate of growth of 28.15% over the last 6 months on 30 sales. The average price has been $414.32, the low being $315.50, the high being $510, and it is currently at $437. His current stats for the season are 23.6 points per game, 49.6% from the field, 40% from the three, with 4.1 rebounds a game, 12.6 assists per game, 1.1 steals, and 0.6 blocks. And as of January 25th, the Pacers are currently 24-20. For Tyrese Halliburton, I think you're going to hold it for a little bit, see if they can make a nice little deep playoff run there too. I know they've got Pascal Siakam. They've been 0-3, but for anything Tyrese Halliburton, if you find it a little bit low, I think I would buy it up. But yeah, I think you're holding until the playoffs for this card specifically. All right, and I'm getting trolled. I'm getting trolled right now in the comments right now. Jesus Christ. Todd has a Daniel Jones auto and apparently a buyer. I'm not at all. I'm really not a buyer. I promise. Daniel Lucky has a Mac Jones auto, autograph jersey. God bless. Hopefully you find an Alabama fan, bro. Hopefully you find an Alabama fan because holy shit.
Yeah.
But,
no, I remember Halliburton,
yeah,
right. Oh, go ahead.
Back into Halliburton is what I was saying.
Yeah. I mean, I remember Halliburton Silvers, like, after it came out, that next year, they were like raw. You were getting them for like 25, 30, $40. Before the Sacramento trade. Yeah, now they're up there. This would have been one of those ones that if you were smart and you had faith, you would have loaded up on him when he was cheap, and just again hoped, with the trade to the Pacers. I'm sure that even dipped the market even more with the trade, because then it's like, okay, cool. Sacramento doesn't even believe in the dude now, so he must suck. A lot of people probably bailed on it. You probably could have got it dirt cheap. Yeah, like you said, if you're buying now, you're holding. For sure. You're not buying to flip right now because the profit margins are going to be slim. But yeah, like you said, they make a playoff run, deep playoff run. I can see some upside in this card for sure. So yeah, I think he's a hold if you have him. Might be a little too late to buy, but maybe able to get some again. Like this might be another one of those ones you go out and buy maybe the base Prism, right? Get a couple PSA 10s, probably $100 card. Try to flip $150, $200 on it in the playoffs, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think he's definitely a buy and hold both because he's just getting started. He's doing crazy things. What I don't love that he's for the Pacers. No offense to the Pacer fans. It's just like a market thing. Larger market, there's more fans, but people who are fans of the game, man, they're just gonna love what this kid is doing. And I think that you could still buy because I think most of the people that did buy him heavy early on, like Tom said, like the prices. A lot of these guys bought in pretty low. So the ones that are willing to move him probably aren't going to be too greedy because they're making so much from the flip. And I think that his value is going to increase over the next X amount of years. Dude is doing. Imagine like the All-Stars like next year is probably going to be Wemby, him, and and it's going to be those guys for the foreseeable future once that happens. Halliburton's already there, right? But once Wemby gets there, look at these two. Imagine these two on the same team.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
And you also, you go to a nice big card show and you got that guy that's got, 50 graded Halliburton's in the corner of his thing. That's the guy you attack.
Speaking of that, did you see the guy that had 180 graded Wembanyama NBA hoops? Did you see that guy? Did you see that shit? I saw that. I was like, what the hell? That was insane. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was nuts.
Shout, hitting that shout.
All right, time for our top 5 hits of the week. And I promise you this is the craziest top 5 hits of the week we've ever had so far.
It was crazy.
I promise you that.
Shout out to the Iceman, bro.
This is how you know it's crazy. This is how you know it's a crazy top 5. Because at number 5, we have a C.J. Stroud out of 10 gold from Absolute. And that's number 5. This card, when Tom pulled it, I was like, oh, we got to post it. This is a big card. Nah, I was wrong. Big card. Don't get me wrong. Couple $100 here. Sick card. Shout out to who pulled it. Awesome. Shout out to Stroud. Insane. And then at number 4, and actually the new proud owner of this card, CK, and Aaron Rodgers Kaboom. Shout out to the guy, Aaron, who pulled it. He ended up making a deal with CK for the card. CK is a really big Kaboom guy. And obviously, CK is a very big Jets guy, so I know CK is happy to have this one in his PC.
I like big kabooms. The Jets.
And this is both.
That number 3 freshly polled tonight actually was the Justin Herbert 1/10 rookie auto from Hit Parade. This was one of the case hits. Absolutely sick card. It's Herbie. Great time to pull it because of the whole entire Jim Harbaugh thing.
Yep.
Nice little hold for who pulled that. Shout out to him.
Jeff,
Then
nice
at number,
hit, bro.
then at number 2, from Tommy Kaboom, Matthew Stafford out of 10 gold Kaboom vertical.
Shout out to the Iceman.
Shout out to the Iceman. And shout out to the Iceman again, because at number 1, Puka Nakua out of 10 gold Kaboom.
Shout out to the Iceman. Taking the Rams, bro.
Bullshit. Might be the biggest card we've ever pulled, I think.
It's up there for sure. I mean, we had the 1/1 Kaboom. I mean, it was Russ Willie last year was dope. We did hit the Mac Jones, Najee Harris 1/1 from NT. There's been some big cards. This card is available in our eBay store, by the way. It's up currently. We got to set it 20. Shoot offers if it's something you're definitely interested in, Rams fans. Definitely a big card. Shout out to Ian from IF Sports Cards. Gave us a little shout out on last week's top 5 show too, as well, for him, for his top 10. So thanks for the shout out there, Ian, my man. But
yes, sir.
Bro, what a freaking man. We had some of the wildest cases. I mean, the first case was what do we have? Herbie Kaboom and the Jackson
JSN.
Smith. Yeah, the JSN in one plus the glass CK ripped. And then turned around. Next case was all right. Still pulled the A-Rod Kaboom. No, the second case was the Puka. Last mini box of the last box. I was sweating. I'm like, wow. We went from one of the craziest cases of absolute I ever ripped to like this complete dud. And then, bam, second to last card of the break. Puka Nakua Gold Kaboom. 1/10. And then the third case, again, was just absolute nuttiness. We had the A-Rod. We had the Gold Stafford. I think we had a Bijan
Out of 10
RPA.
Stafford.
Out of 10 Stroud. Like, wild cases, bro. Like it was fun. The absolute this year definitely outdid itself. The price was up there, as far as retail, but man, were these cases nice this year. I went through some. We were at probably 10, 12 cases of absolute last year, and we had some pretty duddy cases on some of them. Some monster cases with Russ Wilson, the 1/1 green, but overall, man, I do like that this year seemed to be a little bit more about the collector, man. They made sure that the hits were solid. Like I felt like you were getting value by the end of the case, right? Like you were jumping in, taking a half case.
Yeah.
Saying you were walking away with something, for your team for the most part. We had a bunch of Browns for my Brownies in the first, a couple Tillmans and
yeah, even I bought a couple of Giants cards off of some people. Shout out Chris, shout out Nathan. Got a nice little selection of some Giant vet autos in there.
Yeah.
All right, so time for our picks of the week. And Sal said he's afraid to get your predictions. Sal, don't worry. I know better than to touch the 49ers Lions game. I'm just going to watch that game in peace. I'm not going to have any skrill on it. I'm good. I don't want to upset anyone in the nation, any of my Lions fans or 49ers fans. I know there's a lot of you. So I'm just going to say this. I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to make it to the Super Bowl over the Chiefs. I'm even nervous saying that because I know better than to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
It's a Taylor Swift Eminem Super Bowl. Watch. Watch. Taylor Swift Eminem Super Bowl.
I would not take the Niners fun money line. It's just the money is not going to be there for me. Let's give you what? I don't even know. I haven't seen a line. It's probably like minus 200, 300. Not even worth my time to take that bet, honestly. It's just
Steven, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. He says KC money line, bro. You never bet against Mahomes in the playoffs, bro. I told everybody that last week. It was tough. I think the Bills had a chance, but
I bet against Mahomes one time in the playoffs, That's when he was playing Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
How'd that go for you?
I won money because Tom Brady won the goddamn Super Bowl.
I think I'm going Ravens. Ravens minus the 3.5. I think that this is the first healthy defense, good healthy defense that they're gonna see. Back-to-back road games. I really do believe outside of Kelsey and Rashee Rice, they're desperate for other options. And Pacheco, I'll give him props, but the Ravens defense is genuinely good. What did Josh Allen do really good against the Chiefs last week? He ran the ball. That's kind of Lamar Jackson's MO. So you can put L'Jarius Sneed on Zay Flowers, Odell, whoever you want. They're getting Mark Andrews back, which is his number one target. They didn't have a ton of answers for tight ends. I think they could have probably used Kincaid more last week. But yeah, I think that I love Mahomes. I think he's the best quarterback that I'll ever see, at least so from what I've seen. I love Stroud, but Mahomes is that dude. I'm a big Mahomes guy. But I think this is just a real shitty spot. And matchup-wise for them, as good as their defense is, rushing quarterbacks have killed them. That's what Lamar does. And they're home. They're completely healthy. I mean, think about it. They played Miami. Miami was banged up. They played, Buffalo? Buffalo was missing their entire linebacking core. Literally everybody from their linebacking core was gone. So Kelsey smashed, obviously, because linebackers typically help cover the tight ends. But it's going to be a tough position. They got Marlon Humphrey was out last week for the Ravens. Now he's back. They're fully healthy. They're go. They're at home. And I think that I'm going Lamar.
Danny, where are you going?
Well, I was going to say the Raven. I'm going to say the Ravens, just like everybody else. You know, it's either them or the Lions. You know, I like to see the Lions go.
Whew, you're gonna piss a lot of people off with that Lions take, bro.
Yeah. Listen, as a how do I say a struggling Cowboys fan. You know,
spreads not news above you.
You know, I'd like to see a team that been in a drought. Overcome. And take it. So
I do think that
that's
the Niners win.
Yeah, South pissed.
Look,
South
have you
pissed.
guys not seen the conspiracy theory? The logo is purple and red. We already know.
Yeah, I've seen the conspiracy
it's
theory.
Ravens
That's all
and
it
Niners, right?
Yeah.
The NFL already decided, right? Isn't that the?
Let's see what the refs do on Sunday. Then we can get back to you on that one, bud.
Unless I see a hard copy of the script, I don't believe that shit.
Yeah,
I need to notarize too that damn script.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm taking Kansas City. I think they're gonna pull it out, man. I don't know. I just think it's gonna happen. And if I had to go on the Lions 49ers game, I think give me the Lions with the points. I don't know if they could totally win the game, but I think they could cover 7.5.
I think that's fair. I think that the Niners win the game, honestly. But I think that's fair. The reason I think the Niners win the game, I think Debo is going to play, which will serve at least as a distraction. As good as Detroit has been on offense, their secondary on defense is horrible. Purdy did have a bad game last week, but Shanahan had mentioned about having a game plan with Debo in and how it happened to him once before where Debo got hurt and it kind of threw off their whole game plan. So I think they'll be a little more prepared. Also, Purdy, for whatever reason, has struggled in wet games when it's rained. It's not the first time we've seen that. For some reason, he can't hold the ball right. It made his guy. You know what
As
it
of
is?
this morning,
He's
Debo
all
is out.
timing. What it is he's all timing. So if it's wet and guys are slipping around, he's going to throw it where he thinks they're going to be. He's not actually looking where the guy is. He's just throwing it where he thinks they should be. So if the guy slips or gets bumped or whatever it is, the ball, he looks like an idiot because the ball just lands by nobody. But that being said, golf also, it's not so much that golf is on the road, but golf splits, indoors versus outdoors, are crazy. I think the Lions cover the 7. I think they make it a good game, but I do think that the Niners pull it out. So I think we will have, not conspiracy theory related, I was joking about that, but I think we will see the Ravens and the Niners in the Super Bowl.
Well, then it is a conspiracy theory. They already knew.
Coincidence, conspiracy, what's the difference these days, bro?
All right. Yeah, so they're Steven and Dan were going back and forth. He said Debo was practicing. I know you got all that stuff for your wife's take stuff. All that back.
Yeah, I'm always
that
paying
back
attention
level
to that stuff. My point is, even if he doesn't play, you still got Kittle, you got Christian McCaffrey, you've got Brandon Ayuk. So my point is, it's preparation. So even if he doesn't play, I think Shanahan will have a game plan for that. Whereas last week, his whole game plan was Debo's in, and this is coming from his mouth. This isn't me talking. He literally said they've been in this situation before. It throws everything up. He's one of the best game preppers, like offensive play callers in the game. So see what he's doing. Purdy's good, but last week, if you look at a lot of Purdy's throws, he's all system. I'm not saying he's not talented. He's talented, but he's a system dude. His timing is super consistent. Everything is super consistent, but it's all got to go to plan. And the minute something gets thrown off the plan, his throws are going to places where the receiver isn't. Well, I can probably bet you the receiver was supposed to be there. You know what I mean? I don't think he's just making terrible throws. I think he threw it where in practice the receiver would have been, but something happened along the play that prevented the receiver from getting to that spot.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, my brother just said take Ayuk over yards and CMC anytime touchdown, and then Sal said Ayuk over 100 yards on this Sunday.
I think Ayuk has a huge game. Even
I
if
think
Debo
Ayuk's
plays.
gonna go ballistic, bro. I think Ayuk's gonna go insane, dude.
So would you compare him to like a Fitzpatrick kind of deal? Like Fitzpatrick was a great game manager kind of guy.
No, I don't think Purdy's a game manager. I just think he's a system. And Fitzmagic was magic, bro. He made shit happen. My point with Purdy is like he's not the biggest dude. He's not like the most experienced. I think that Purdy does what he's told. Coach says here, this is the play. He's going to throw the ball where he thinks the ball's supposed to go. If the receiver or whatever falls or whatever it is, I don't think Purdy's really looking to see if he's open. I think Purdy's reading the defense, looking, okay, it's cover 2, so I'm going here and here. And so he's going to throw it to that spot, and if the guy's not there, he's going to look like an idiot. But if the guy's there, he's going to throw it exactly where he's supposed to, and the play's going to go.
All right. Sorry, Dan. I called him assistant quarterback. I'm sorry. Didn't mean assistant quarterback. Didn't mean that. Didn't mean it. Not bad.
My comparison for Purdy, I might catch flack for this. A younger Tom Brady just coming up. I'm not saying that because of the comparisons of how they're drafted and all that. Not the best arm, not the best athletically, all that stuff. He sits there. He reads through his progressions. He makes the right play to the right receiver. That's what I see when I think of Brock Purdy. I think of a younger Tom Brady. He's usually cool, calm, and composed.
Here's the other thing about it, right? Like, talented quarterbacks, you see them come from behind. How many times have you seen Mahomes score a game-winning touchdown with 20 seconds, right?
Damn, bro, I was doing shit on me. I just give props to Purdy.
How often have the Niners had to come back and win a game? Not that often. It's not built for that. Often. You know? They can do it, but when things go their way, you know what I mean?
Not talking about that, Todd. We're not talking about that. Todd's like, who are your team's quarterbacks? We're not talking about that.
Mine is Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
I'm cool with
You've
that.
got a Hall of Fame quarterback. Mine's still on the fence or in the massage parlor.
My quarterback is Daniel Jones for now, I guess. You fucking know, bro.
Daniel Dak. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's our year, man. Next year's our year, bro.
Crying in the background.
Our year, bro. For the Cowboys, this is our year. Here it's so much, and every year it's the same song and dance.
You know what? I can't wait until the year we actually do something. Oh my god.
Our quarterback is not DeVito. We can't save the money. If we get rid of Daniel Jones this year, we're fucked. We can't do that. It has to be next year. Quarterback's not
we need
DeVito.
to start next
DeVito's
week's show with Gilly's rant from the first episode. That's why Danny Times is the $40 million man. We're gonna start the show with that.
Because he beat the Cardinals.
Yep.
Yeah. And
we're undefeated. 2-0, baby. Let's go.
He lost. The Giants lost to the Cowboys for every million he got paid this year. So. Oh yeah.
Wrap it up. I gotta roll.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. All right. So as always, we appreciate the love and support on every single episode from Facebook and from YouTube. If you are on YouTube, come check out the Facebook group, Carbreakers LLC. The link's going to be in the bio. Come check us out on the website. And then if you're watching on YouTube as well, give us a like, subscribe, comment. Really helps the algorithm. And to my guys on Facebook, always thank you guys for always keeping the chat popping and live. We appreciate it. We love the Cardbreaker Nation. All right. From me, from Tom, from Chris, and from Danny, we're out. It's going to be a CK and Tom show next week.
Thanks, Nation.